All right, today we are pulling back the curtain on something you use literally every second you're online, but you probably never even see it. We're talking about APIs, the secret engine that makes our entire digital world work. So let's just dive right in with an example. You go to a travel website, right? You punch in where you want to go, and bam, in like 2 seconds, you've got prices from Delta, United, Southwest, all lined up and sorted for you. How on earth does that one app get all that information from all those different companies that fast? I mean, it really does feel like magic, but I promise you, it's not. What's really going on is actually way more clever. It's a kind of hidden language. It's a special, standardized way that all our favorite apps and programs use to talk to one another. You can almost think of it as the secret language of the internet. To really wrap our heads around this, let's step away from the computer for a second. Let's think about building something a little more old school. Let's imagine we're building a house. Now think about it. You wouldn't build that house from total scratch, would you? Are you going to go out and forge your own nails, fire your own bricks? No way! And you're definitely not going to try to build a refrigerator from spare parts. Of course not. You go to a hardware store and you buy all those things. The windows, the doors, the appliances, pre-made by experts. It's way faster, it's cheaper, and let's be honest, the quality is a whole lot better. Well, in our digital world, APIs, they're the hardware store. And that brings us right to the name itself, API. It stands for Application Programming Interface. So let's just break that down really quick. The application, that's the app you're building. That's our house. The programming part, those are the instructions, kind of like the assembly manual that comes with the parts. But the interface, that's the really important part. Think of it like the store's catalog. It's a contract. It tells you exactly how to ask for something and guarantees what you'll get in return. So once you get this idea that APIs are just pre-built services you can plug into your own project, you'll start to see them absolutely everywhere. Seriously. For example, the moment you check the weather on your phone, your app is using an API to ask a big weather service for all its up-to-the-minute data. You see that login with Google button on a website? That's an API, securely confirming who you are, without the website ever seeing your Google password. We've already talked about booking travel, and yep, when you hit Pay with PayPal, that's an API handling that whole complicated, secure transaction for you. Okay, so let's peek behind the curtain just a little bit. How does this conversation actually happen between two apps? Don't worry, I promise we'll keep it super simple. It all starts with something called a request. One app, let's go back to our weather app, sends a very specific message over to the weather service's computer. It's just like a waiter coming to your table and taking your order to the kitchen. You're not just yelling, "I want food," you're placing a very specific order. Your app is asking, "Hey, what's the current temperature in New York City?" And then, what happens next? The other application sends back a response. The kitchen makes your specific dish, and the waiter brings it right back to your table. The Weather Services API finds the exact information you asked for, packages it up, and sends it right back to your app. Simple as that. Okay, so what is the waiter actually bringing back on that plate? Is it just a bunch of complicated, messy computer code that's impossible for a normal person to understand? Not at all. In fact, the response is usually incredibly clean and organized. A lot of the time, it comes back in a format called JSON. And honestly, it looks just like a simple list. You can actually read it. It'll say something just like this. Location, New York. Temperature, 72 degrees. Forecast, sunny. Your app can then take this simple info and make it look beautiful on your screen. All right, so we get what they are and kind of how they work, but why should we care? What's the big deal with all this? Well, it's a huge deal because APIs are what make the modern internet go around. They create incredible efficiency. Developers don't have to waste time reinventing the wheel by building their own map from scratch. They spark innovation, letting a tiny startup use the powerful payment systems of a huge company to create something brand new. They are the absolute backbone of connectivity, linking everything together. And maybe most importantly, they provide security. They let two apps share very specific pieces of information without ever revealing their secret inner workings or your sensitive data. When you're streaming a movie, that's APIs delivering the video to your device. When you check your bank account on an app, that's an API securely talking to your bank's main computer. When a store tracks a package for you, that's APIs talking between the retailer and the shipping company. They really are the invisible threads weaving our entire digital life together. So the next time you log into a site, check a map, or buy something with one click, you'll know the secret. It's not magic, it's an API working behind the scenes. And that really makes you wonder, right? If these are the powerful building blocks we're working with today, what incredible things are we all going to build with them tomorrow?